Welcome into the Press Box Fantasy Football Show. Glenn Clark alongside Kyle Ottenheimer, and of course the star of the program, our buddy Ken Zalis. Hello, sir.
How you guys doing?
Everything is wonderful. It's good to see you. You got a busy week, I know.
Very busy week, but we can't stop fantasy football.
That's
right?
a fact.
It's already week 7,
which doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. All right, the Press Box Fantasy Football Show is brought to you by Smythe Jewelers. Happy to have them on board. She's a perfect fit, your fantasy draft pick of all time. But can you close the deal? The answer is yes when you propose with an engagement ring hand-selected by the coaches at Smythe. Smythe Jewelers, let the end zone dance commence. My first question, is Stephon Diggs actually back, or am I just going to be pissed off again this week?
Again, as in you didn't start him last week.
No, I did play him.
I don't want to use the word back because he's not scoring 3 touchdowns every week, and he's not.
Why not?
Well, because that team still wants to run the ball. The matchup this week is it's okay. It's not, Detroit is
Slay's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean they're
I don't know if he shadows.
They're not terrible, but I think it's a Thielen week on everything. I mean, he's a start. He's in the top. He's wide receiver 2, but you're going to have the occasional outlier type week where double-digit touchdowns, 150 yards. You're also going to have to work through the 3 targets, 2 catches for 15-yard weeks because they will happen the rest of the season from time to time, because if Dalvin Cook is rolling and they're winning that way, they're just going to run Dalvin Cook. So that's just what that team is.
Which is fine because I've got him in those leagues too. But I would kind of like them to do both somehow. That's my preference.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this week looks like a balanced week. I don't mind Diggs this week, but there are other opportunities that they're just going to run the heck out of the ball like they did early on.
The couple of trades made this week in the NFL, obviously they're on the defense side of the ball, so they don't have a ton of impact on fantasy football, but do you feel differently about the Rams or the Ravens defensively now because of the acquisitions they made?
They're both weird to me. Not so much just the way they came about. You look at the Rams. How do we start the week? We put Talib on IR. Then we trade Peters, and then we sign, give up a God. I don't even understand what they gave up for Ramsey, but didn't sign him to a contract. I'm like, what do y'all do?
I feel like they have to know that there's.
I guess, but I don't even know who the other cornerbacks are on their team. And, the 49ers beat you, but they didn't beat you by throwing the ball all over the place. They beat you because your offense stunk. So it's just weird for me. Look, getting a shutdown corner is fine, but I now don't know who their other corner is. So one guy's not going to make it up. For the Ravens, he's better than what you had. That's the only thing I can say. He's not the 2016 Marcus Peters. I don't think that guy exists anymore.
When you say that, you're saying the Ravens still aren't going to be like your primary defense.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they're still – I mean, all of a sudden, he's not going to fix the pass rush.
Right.
So it's just it's this weird thing like, oh, we got another Pro Bowler, and everybody around the NFL is tweeting, oh, look at the secondary. Well, Jimmy Smith still isn't back. We don't know exactly when he's coming back. We know Humphreys is really, really good. You still don't I don't know where – somebody said they're going to move Peters to safety. I was like, I don't know where that came from.
Well, there's been talk about Brandon Carr moving to safety.
Yeah, I want to see how it all works out before I'm like, okay, that's fixed. The bottom line is they still don't have a pass rush, so teams are still going to be able to throw on them.
So you're saying, if they have the right opponent, that you would play them.
Right. I mean, it was like –
considering looking at some of their opponents coming up.
Let's put it this way. The Ravens had the cake matchup defensively of the world last week.
Aside from the fact that the Bengals always have their number.
But they have no offensive line. Now, Danny Dalton's been sacked like the 4th most time. Mm-hmm. They still can't get to a quarterback. So when am I going to trust the Ravens? How am I going to trust the Ravens defense at this point? When
I got by with them last week because
yeah. I mean, but because they didn't give up any points. I mean, they gave up 10 points. That's fine. I mean, I have them 18th now this week on the road at Seattle. Like they're not usable this week.
All right. Some of the other big ones that I have for you this week is now the time to start stashing N'Keal Harry.
Yes, now is the time. Now because he's practicing. Looks like he's going to be activated week 9. Josh Gordon looks like he may not play again. If he does, he's banged up all the time. Dorsett's always banged up. I think now is the time if you have room.
Right, a roster spot.
I know it's tough right now with all the bye weeks coming around,
and a lot of players that are just dealing with they're just
dealing. It's tough. I mean, if you own any piece of a couple of different backfields, you have to have 2 guys. If you have Gurley, you better have Brown or Henderson on your roster at this point. If you own Cook, you have to have Madison on your roster. It's not like I'm not going to start. If you can, right?
Yes, or you might have gotten screwed by somebody drafting him and still holding on to him.
I mean, there are guys coming back this week. Singletary from Buffalo is a guy that should be added on every waiver on every team. He should not be on a waiver wire anywhere at this point. But Harry's a guy. They really like him. You thought he was going to get. He looked good in the preseason. He's a guy you're going to have to. If you don't get this week, you're probably not going to get him.
Oh, unfortunately, in one league, I already saw that somebody else. I forgot to put in waiver claims. So I'm a big waiver guy. I forgot to put in claims, and so Harry was grabbed. But the good news is, for some reason in that league, the Buffalo defense was available, which made my week.
So you pick up Harry over, like for example, I picked up Dante Pettis this morning because I like the way it's trending.
I'd pick him over Pettis. I don't see that passing game just isn't doing it for me consistently. And if I'm going to have a piece of a passing game that I'm going to start somebody, I'd rather have the piece of the Patriots passing game.
I mean, I hear you.
I mean, let's put it this way. If you're picking up Pettis to start him this week, fine. If you're picking up Pettis to store him for another week,
he's a consideration. I'd rather
have Harry because he's not going off anytime soon, and he'll still be there next week.
Harry, you mean?
No, Pettis.
Washington,
Well, they could
so you would play Sanders over Emmanuel Sanders this week?
Yes, he went through a full practice.
Kyle can't wait till the question portion of the program in order to start getting his questions.
Well, it had to do with the pickup a little bit. I'm going to give him a pass on that.
It was an extension, I guess that's the case. And then what about Kareem Hunt?
I'm not changing my mind. I mean, Chubb has been too good. They're not. Kitchen has to be a worse coach than we already think he is to take touches away from Nick Chubb just because Kareem Hunt is back. Like that's like the only thing that's working for you is Nick Chubb. His 20 to 25 touches is the only thing working for you consistently in there. I just don't see it. I think you're looking at a third down, passing down type back when Kareem Hunt comes back.
But it sounds like there could be value in a PPR though.
I don't see enough of it.
Okay.
I don't see enough
Darius
of it.
Geis is somebody?
But I also think that you're silly to not. I think it's close enough that you're silly to not grab him because
we're still 3 weeks away.
Right, I hear you, but we're going to do the same bit that we just did with N'Keal Harry. If you keep waiting...
but N'Keal Harry's practicing.
I know, I understand that. But at some point, if you keep waiting, somebody's going to grab him.
Yes, if you keep waiting. But here's the thing. N'Keal Harry is going to play significant snaps for the Patriots. I'm not telling you that Kareem Hunt's going to be a bench warmer and not get any snaps. Right. I just don't see... he's going to be Tariq Cohen. You know what I mean? I'm not running out. If Tariq Cohen's on my waiver wire this morning, I'm not running out and picking him up.
I hear you.
Darius Geis might return. Who knows?
Supposed to practice next week. I did the fun bit in one of my leagues where I didn't have anybody in my IR, so I picked him up and put him on my IR and then pick somebody else up. If you could do that, yeah, he should be added. I think that for the last 4 weeks, 5 weeks of the season, they have to figure out if he's their guy going forward. Peterson had his little game, and it was against the Dolphins, and that's over. So there's no value of running Peterson out there every week. So Geis is a guy. He's probably 2, maybe 3 weeks away, similar to Hunt. If I had to pick up Geis or Hunt, I'd pick up Geis.
Okay, and then there was one other that I was going to bring up, and I've already forgotten who it was. Well, that happens. That's the way that these things go. I mean, yeah, if he's available, right?
Yeah.
Like you gotta do. Yeah,
that. I don't think he plays.
What about Ben Watson?
I've picked him up in some places. I
remember you had picked him up.
I had picked him up before. I dropped him, and I picked him back up in a couple of places where he's still available. Look, with the injury to Lacoste, they have to have a tight end play. Izzo, I know he's gotten a couple of touchdowns, but he's more the blocky guy. They don't have a move tight end, and Watson's got to fill that role. Is
Luke Wilson a play right now?
No. It's not enough targets for me.
Okay. I mean, they got to throw it to somebody.
They do. I mean, he's not. I mean, anybody against the Ravens, I guess, is a play a week. I mean, if you're throwing out a flyer and you got nobody, I mean, who would you rather play? Luke Wilson or name Jaguars tight end Ricky Seals-Jones,
right,
guys like that. Yeah, I'd probably throw in a Luke Wilson in a lineup there, but he's down there for me. He's going to be very fluky touchdown dependent.
And then the people that are very frustrated about the Chargers situation after last week.
Don't watch TV this weekend then, because it's going to get worse. What are you going to do? I mean, Keenan Allen is you got to play.
I agree.
I was arguing with somebody. I think John Keller on Twitter
from Little Rock.
He was like, "How's he a must play and also a bust this week?" I was like, "Because I don't like the matchup. I don't think he performs well. But if you have him, how do you sit him? I don't know how to sit him. Like Mike Williams, I can sit.
Mm-hmm.
I think this week it's Eckler over Gordon. Last week I thought it was Gordon over Eckler, but they're in a tough spot against a good defense on the road. It doesn't, they have not given up 100 yards to a receiver this year, the Titans. So it was the same thing I said last week. People wanted to start Gordon Sutton. I was like, okay, yeah, he's hot, he's good, but they haven't given up 100 yards to a wide receiver this year. So they just don't give it up. I don't like anything about the Chargers this week.
I mean, I hear you.
I mean, I just don't. I mean, if you can get away from him, Eckler's probably the guy, because I think they're going to have to throw short passes and get him involved. Their offense works better when he's involved right now, so he's the only piece that I'm even considering starting this week from the Chargers.
Okay. I mean, that's where we're at.
I mean, Allen, you have to. If I have him, I'm starting him, but I don't have high
You wouldn't play Hunter Henry? Tight ends
I saw him on a couple waiver wires this
still?
week.
Wow, that's crazy. If you had to, again,
tight ends. If you don't know the top 7, you're playing Hunter Henry.
Yeah, you probably are, but I don't expect much from them this week. I mean, I really don't. I'm looking at under 200 yards from Rivers this week, which means he'll go for 4 and 4. But
just really quickly, a name that showed up on a waiver wire for me was Jared Goff. Now I've got Tom Brady.
Weird.
So I don't know.
It's not weird after the people were bad. I was bad
it's something
last
else
week.
That he's talking about. He's doing this bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's fine.
I don't know.
It's dumb.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Fun's a golf guy.
I'm not a golf guy. Stop. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this.
I would pick Goff up.
Like, is it worth?
He's got to be rostered. There's no reason.
I agree with that, but I feel like I should wait for him. Like, this is on Saturday so he goes off waivers.
Who's your quarterback this week?
Brady.
Okay, I would pick up Goff and start him. I would. I know after last week.
Should I use my waiver? Like right now, I've moved up to 5th on the waiver list.
Well, you got to play that game. If you play that game, see, I don't play fantasy football that way. I ignore that.
I understand.
If I need that,
but do I need that? Is my question.
Well, I mean, no. You don't need it if you have Brady. You're okay with Brady. I think Goff is a fantastic play this week, and if I'm wrong, I'm just going to lose a lot of money this weekend.
If I hold out until Saturday, and he's still there, and he's no longer waiver, then absolutely I'd pick him up.
Okay. Absolutely.
But I don't. Oh, now it's so tempting. Now you're really tempting me to grab Jared.
Look,
You might as well.
I have Jared Goff. I'll tell you, this is how I have Jared Goff 5th this week. I have.
You loved
I have
also
Brady
a bit of golf guy as well. And Andre's
I have been a
you've
golf
high
guy,
on
but
golf.
I've been burnt this year. I last week this is testing my patience, and if it doesn't happen against Atlanta this week, I know it's on the road, and he traditionally is not, but it's in a dome. It's against Atlanta, who is terrible on the back end. Like 303. If it doesn't happen this week, I may be done too.
Damn it! You're really trying to convince me to just go ahead and use a waiver spot on Jared Goff.
I'm not trying to convince you.
Clearly, you didn't listen to the thing you just said there.
You got to bounce.
He's one game away from being done.
I'm all in. This
he's
week.
got him rigged fifth this week.
I'm all in.
He's kind of just he has to stick to his guns a little bit.
No. I have to stick to what my rankings say, and my rankings say that Atlanta is terrible.
Where do you have Watson this week?
1. How's that?
Weird.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this. It's so
you
stupid.
all need to
it's
let
so
me hit
stupid.
on this
No,
during the break.
it's so stupid. We're not
somebody
doing
let me
it.
hit
We're
during
not
the break.
doing it. Hey, don't forget every Monday the Pressbox High School Football Show with Booker Corrigan and Dom D'Amico from the Live Casino Hotel Studio as they're talking about what's going on in the world of high school football. Facebook.com/PressboxSports, PressboxOnline.com/radio. It's all brought to you by Glen Burnie Transmissions, the U.S. Army, and Wise Markets. All right, need to get a short break, then we're getting to your questions on the other side. You got lineup questions for KZ. We will talk about them next. It is the PressBox Fantasy Football Show.
Dating was hard, but ring shopping was harder. Settings, cuts, color, we were overwhelmed. Then her friend sent us to Smythe. Total game changer. They took the time to show us the ropes. We left with this perfect ring. She still can't take her eyes off it. I'm actually excited to go back for the wedding bands. But don't tell her I said that.
Why is Smythe Jewelers where Marilyn gets engaged? Our collection is hand-selected and comes with a friendly face to help you find the perfect ring for your perfect partner.
Catch all of the action at your neighborhood Glory Days Grill, where we have tons of TVs to catch every moment of every game. Enjoy $6.99 burgers on Mondays, $5.99 nachos on Thursdays, and drink specials throughout the season to help you cheer on your favorite teams. Come in today and try something new from our seasonal menu. Glory Days Grill, great food, good sports.
Need groceries today but don't have time to shop? Order online with same-day pickup or delivery at Wise Markets. Wise to go online. Now that's convenient.
Back in here on the PressBox Fantasy Football Show.
Sorry, the last line confused me what you just said.
Oh, because I said, off the air, I said we don't have stupid arguments here. Not those stupid arguments.
Okay,
we have plenty
we
other
have to be
stupid
specific.
arguments around here. Let's get to the questions. Ken Zalis, we will begin with Paul and Ovilando. PPR League, Crowder, David Montgomery, or Auden Tate?
We're going to go Crowder this week. Loved how that offense looked with a real quarterback. Like Tate a little bit. Montgomery still worries me, and because he did say PPR, right?
He did.
Because it's PPR, we'll go Crowder. I think it's the highest floor.
A couple people that want to know your feelings about Miles Sanders after last week.
Touches. I mean, it's not about talent for me. I think he's immensely talented, but he didn't do it on the ground. He had 3 catches. He had the big one. He's the most talented running back they have, but the realization that Jordan Howard isn't going away right now is making him unstartable to me.
Okay, so for example, this one was needed a flex from him, Golden Tate, Auden Tate, and Austin Eckler.
I've got to play the matchup, and I love Golden Tate this week. The matchup's too good. It's Arizona. Who don't you play against Arizona?
I mean, I understand they give up a lot. I mean, Matt Ryan.
6 for 75 is the floor for him. So, for me this week, I love Tate.
Okay,
I'm going to play Tate because I really the Chargers. It doesn't work for me this week. If I can avoid them, I'm avoiding them.
I think John from Little Rock's question is easy then because he's got Eckler, Ridley, or Golden Tate.
See, now there I go Ridley.
Oh, okay.
Well, again, the matchup is such that if you think that the cornerback
Jalen Ramsey,
if Ramsey is going to take out Julio Jones. What would we say earlier? I don't know the name of the other cornerback going up against Ridley. I think Matt Ryan, who throws for 300 every single week, has got to go somewhere else with the ball. I think it's a big Hooper and Ridley week.
Aaron Jones or Eckler?
Aaron Jones.
From Nick Kelly, Goff or Garoppolo?
Goff. Top 5, baby.
You love. You're the Jared Goff guy.
I am the Jared Goff guy. We know that.
Garoppolo or Daniel Jones?
Daniel Jones.
Okay. Just the matchup you're talking about there.
I mean, they're both good matchups. The difference here for me is Arizona is so bad it's at home. You got Barkley back, so I like that.
Hyde or Singletary?
Got to ride the hot hand, right? You got to ride Hyde right now.
And then Singletary or Tyrell Williams as a flex.
Williams isn't going to play.
I don't think Williams is going to play, so it doesn't matter. But either way, I like Singletary this week. I think
You know that
He's got
I think-
Liz Frank. He's not practicing
he's
at all
got,
after a bye week.
yeah, he's got-
they haven't ruled him out.
They have
yet.
not ruled him out.
But this is important, Kyle. You can't just say those things, right? Like we have to.
They haven't
I
ruled
think
him
there's
out.
fear that it's going to be a multi-week
Yeah,
absence beyond this.
right.
Yeah, he can say that thing because I agree.
Well, that's
with that.
fine. If we say there's fear, that's fine. To just
Yeah.
say
I
he's
just dropped
not-
him for
we
what it's
just say
worth.
then he's not going to play. If we don't know that, we can't say
I
that.
dropped Mike Williams earlier today.
Well, I mean, you just hate the Chargers at this point.
Well, at this point,
you're
killing
just absolutely not going to go with any of the Chargers. Luke Jackson wants to know Stafford or Jacoby Brissett.
Brissett.
Okay.
Like the matchup. It should be one of the high-scoring shootout games that we have this week.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I got to refresh my page. Go ahead, Kyle.
So then I need to figure out what's going on with this Kansas City backfield. What the hell do I do? I need to play at least one of Damian Williams or LaShawn McCoy tonight. And I know that game flow mattered last week and they didn't have the ball in the second half, but what?
Yeah. We've had 2 weeks since Williams has been back. The first week it was a Williams game. Then we all liked, okay, Williams is still the starter, and last week was McCoy game.
I currently have Williams in.
Yeah, I would roll with Williams because I think he is the starter.
But then Shady's.
I mean, they're split. It's sort of like the Denver situation with me with Lindsey and Freeman. I mean, everybody loves Lindsey, and it's like I love Lindsey, but the realization is they're splitting carries. I think Williams has more of the chance to score the touchdown, so that I lean in that direction.
Okay. And then Emmanuel Sanders, you would feel comfortable playing over LaShawn McCoy or Chris Thompson if he even plays?
Well, definitely Chris Thompson, because that hasn't materialized the way we want it to. Yeah, I would. I mean, you know, is that the same league? Like you would be starting Williams and McCoy?
Yeah,
I can't do it.
Right.
I can't do it.
And then in my other league, would you play Tyler Boyd, Cortland Sutton, Michael Gallup, or Terry McLaurin?
One more time.
Boyd, Sutton, Gallup, McLaurin.
Boyd.
All right. Start 2 of 3. Josh Gordon, Will Fuller, Terry McLaurin.
Well, I don't think Josh Gordon's going to play, so
you're saying
I'm not playing. I'm not playing Josh Gordon.
But that's not
Even
until-
if he plays.
Even if he plays.
I'm not
okay.
I'm not playing.
All right.
I don't trust the. I don't. He's got he's not healthy,
Okay.
so I'm not going to play him.
Chris Thompson, Miles Sanders, Devin Singletary, Matt Breida. Start one of them.
Breida.
Okay.
Slightly over Singletary.
Oh, he said actually it's start 2 because
Singletary and Breida.
So Singletary is the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. The Green Bay defense or the Rams defense? I'm just talking about the Rams defense.
Yeah,
How about that?
I mean, I want to say I'm going to go Green Bay versus Oakland. I don't love it, but I'll say Green Bay.
Okay, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady?
Rodgers. Like what I've seen out of him.
You seemed like questionable with that. That seemed like more of a slam dunk for me this week.
No, it's not. It's not the slam dunk. I have them 10 and 11 on my rankings. I have Rodgers slightly above. I worry. Jets are weird. It's weird. It's on the road. Jets are better than you think they are. I don't think Oakland can keep up. I would love to see. I mean, Rodgers did it with mirrors last week. I don't know who he's throwing to. Right today, I couldn't tell you which are the two wide receivers that are going to start for Green Bay this week. One of them could be Lazard. The other one,
he looked pretty good.
He looked fine.
Week.
He's the kid out of Iowa State, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I liked him coming out. I thought he was like a big tight end more than anything, but he's he's got some speed to him. I like Rodgers. I like what I've seen the last couple of weeks there.
Philip Dorsett or Miles Sanders as a flex. Said it was a PPR.
Yeah, I just watch Dorsett carefully. I'm going to say Dorsett, because I think Gordon is out this week, so that'll leave Dorsett. And when he's been healthy, he has been targeted.
Okay.
So
and I mean, by the way, I would have to think there's got to be somebody better out there, because there's Miles Sanders or Mecole Hardman as a flex. I feel like there's got to be something.
It's really desolate on the waiver wire.
Some leagues.
Really like Preston Williams is your best option.
I know he's out. He's there everywhere. I'll go Sanders there again. He'll get more touches because maybe he rushes the ball 5 times, and they'll get the same 3 targets. Hardman is just. I mean, I've been consistent with this, and especially with Hill back. I know. Watkins is already out, but that's more of a Robinson role than a Hardman role.
He says that Chris Thompson is available.
Nah.
Okay, there you go. That's what you need to know there.
Would you drop Thompson?
If I needed room, yeah. I mean, non-PPRs right away, even half PPRs.
Would you be dropping him to try to grab a N'Keal Harry?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I would. Because I've been on the Thompson thing a lot, I thought, but it hasn't materialized, and it's because they're just a bad football team.
I mean, it doesn't help.
It doesn't help.
Hey, catch all the action at your neighborhood Glory Days Grill, where they have tons of TVs to catch every moment of every game. Glory Days Grill, great food, good sports. I feel like I had another one, but I can't find it right now, so we might just say, hey, Minnesota defense or Green Bay defense?
Green Bay still.
Okay. All right.
Green Bay
Roll with the Packers. Roll with the Packers. Very good. All right, what else do people need to know about going into Week 7?
Looks like Ingram and Barkley are back for the Giants, so that's a good thing. One guy that I've seen on a lot of waiver wires that I'd like to stash if you have room is Sam Darnold. I looked at his schedule coming up, kind of advantageous. If you took one of those quarterbacks, Lamar, Mahomes, that have the late Goff, that have the late bye weeks.
Right.
He's a guy that, hey, I could play him the way he looked against Dallas. Granted, Dallas isn't the best secondary in the world, but he looked that looked like a legit offense. And I'm glad I picked up Robbie Anderson last week off a waiver wire somewhere because that just throws life into it. The other way,
Miles Sanders, Mecole Hardman guy just also wants to know if you would grab Marvin Jones.
I just dropped Marvin Jones and put him on my drop list. You can drop him now. It's just not happening.
Okay,
which means he'll go for 7 and 70 and a touchdown. But
so should this guy pick him up?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, I think his last 3 games are like 2 catches, 3 catches, 2 catches. So it's just not happening.
I mean, you don't got to sell me.
It's just not happening.
Not my guy, but
it hurt me. It hurt me to drop him. I dropped him in 2 leagues.
All right. There you go. All right, if you didn't get your question in, it's at Fans Fantasy on Twitter is how you follow him, and he's constantly answering questions there. And what can they find at PressBoxOnline.com?
You have the DFS lineups are now up. I apologize to everybody. I tried something on DraftKings last week. It didn't work. Okay, FanDuel did fantastic, but the DraftKings thing just didn't work out. I didn't do that anymore.
I blame you more than I blame my weatherman, frankly.
No, this one's on me.
Okay.
So that's up. Sleepers will be up tomorrow, and the rankings are always updated up until kickoff.
All right. One last one from John in Little Rock.
Yes, John in Little Rock.
Golden Tate, or would you start in a PPR? Would you start Golden Tate or Robert Woods over Keenan Allen? You're just going on about Golden Tate being your guy.
He is my guy. I don't have him ranked like that because I can't rank Allen that low. But I think both of them have more upside than Allen this week. I really do.
So start one of those three.
One of them?
Yes.
Oh, only one of them?
Would you start?
Oh, I'd start
Golden
Woods
Tate
over him.
Would you start? Would you start
I thought it was
Golden
two.
Tate over Woods or Allen?
Oh, no, not over Woods. Over Allen, I'd consider.
So of those, you would start Woods,
PPR.
Woods, and Tate.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd give it a shot.
This is where we are.
I mean, again, it's not every week, but this week I don't love the matchup. There's nothing. They haven't given up 100 yards all year. They're good in this back half.
I mean,
they really are.
I hear you.
It's on the road.
All right, need groceries today, but don't have time to shop? Order online with same-day pickup or delivery at Wise Markets. Wise to go online now. That's convenient. Ken Zalis, appreciate it, pal. We will see you next Thursday. Enjoy your very busy weekend with all of your festivities.
I shall.
And we will see you tomorrow morning for Glenn Clark Radio from 10 to noon. This has been the Press Box Fantasy Football Show.